Hey everybody, and welcome to Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. I am Eric. On the bar for today, I have a bourbon, Evan Williams Single Barrel Vintage 2012. As always here on the channel, nose taste finish review of this bourbon coming right up. I will tell you a bit about the value, give you my final thoughts, final score, and leave you with a malt musing. But first, if you are just joining the channel today, take a second, hit that subscribe button. That'll make sure you don't miss any of my whiskey reviews, which come out every Friday, as well as get notifications for my happy hour, which is Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern time. If you are coming back after watching a couple reviews, appreciate the support. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoy this review. So here's what I got on the bar today. As I mentioned, Evan Williams, Single Barrel Vintage 2012. Evan Williams is a whiskey that comes out of the Heaven Hill Distillery in Bardstown, Kentucky. This one in particular, bottled at 43.3%. It is a single barrel, and they do release an annual vintage single barrel whiskey. This is one from 2012. These are right around 7 years. It is not an age statement, but it does tell you the date it was barreled on. In this case, it was November 21st, 2012, and bottled on October 5th, 2020. Barrel number 1557 for those keeping score at home. So they do give you a decent amount of info. This is a good look at the bottle here. They do have a little bit of a booklet on here that talks a bit about the whiskey itself. Evan Williams, for the most part, a whiskey that you kind of find on the lower end of the price range, but this single barrel is no exception to that rule either. Yeah, basically tells a little bit of the story. So I'm going to get this in the glass and we will see what we are working with here. Okay, since it is a bourbon, we know that there is no colorant added to it, and that is the natural color you're looking at. Okay, let's get into this whiskey. Okay, on the nose, it is a very standard classic bourbon profile. You got some of that oak char. It's giving it almost like a little bit of a musty, almost like dusty quality to it, of just fresh wood, a bit of that charred wood as well. So you're getting spice and you're getting sweet. Vanilla. Kind of tobacco and leather. Definitely leather. Behind it, a little bit of brown sugar, a little cinnamon, maybe just a hint of apple. There is not much fruit on this. This is a very just woody, spicy forward whiskey. The vanilla is the only thing really balancing that out, but it does not attack your senses as you may expect from a spicy whiskey. I do not know the mash bill of this, as they do not state it on the bottle. I would assume there might be a little rye in here. Okay, let's give it a taste. Cheers. It's a bit light. It arrives, yeah, a little bit lighter than you expect. I mean, it is only 43.3%, but still a little bit on the light side. First notes, you are just getting a classic bourbon profile here. Vanilla, charred oak, a little bit of mint, almost like mint chocolate chip ice cream, dark chocolate. Goes into a medium finish. It's tannic, slightly drying. Again, maybe like burnt brown sugar, like a very dark brown sugar. Not incredibly complex, but not bad either. Very palatable. Okay, let's just put a couple dashes of water in here. 43.3%, we don't want to water it down too much, so I'm just doing a drop here. Okay. I mean, the water seems to have just kicked up the oak in this. You're getting a lot more of those darker notes even than you were before. Charred oak. It's like a little bit of a dampness. Again, this musty kind of quality, like an old carpenter's workbench type thing. Pencil shavings, maybe. Slightly flinty. And there's that cocoa and maybe a little bit of orange. Okay, give another taster. Cheers. It's gotten sweeter. I think water actually did this well. It's brought out a bit more of the sweetness, butterscotch, but it is very much all wrapped in a dark chocolate. That orange is still kind of there, still getting a slight hint of maybe a black licorice. It's very far on the back. Again, this is dominated again by this kind of oaky dark chocolate note. And it goes into about a medium finish. Creamier now. Okay. All right. So, Evan Williams Single Barrel Vintage. This is not an exclusive whiskey by any means. You will find this basically on any liquor shelf, any liquor store, and it comes at a really great price. I think you will find this right around $30 American, which honestly I think is not only the most inexpensive quality single barrel whiskey you can find, it's a good bargain. I mean, it's just a good bargain. This is an easy sipping whiskey. I think this is a medium high value. It really does just check all the boxes for that. So medium high value on the Evan Williams. All right, final thoughts here. This isn't a great bourbon, but it's not a bad bourbon. In fact, it's actually pretty solid. While the vintages may vary, and this 2012 in particular isn't my favorite. As I mentioned earlier, I've had some ones that I thought were a little bit better. It comes in at a great price. I mean, you can't go wrong with right around $30 for a nice single barrel bourbon. This is a bourbon that I would recommend you share with friends who may not be bourbon drinkers, and you're trying to introduce them to the spirit. This is a great one for that. It has a little bit of body, a little bit of heft, and also some complexity here and there. However, I would say, though, that Evan Williams being a very affordable range of bourbon from Heaven Hill, they do have something on the market that I think would be a better bargain, which is their bottled in bond. That is, of course, 50% ABV and comes in at many times right around $20, if not less. So you can actually get a higher ABV for a little bit of a lower price. That all said, this is a really nice, relaxed sipper. I would never complain if I got a glass of it. And I think, while vintages may vary, you can buy this with some confidence, considering that it's at a really affordable price. So my final score here on this is going to be a 3.25 out of 5. So a respectable score here for the Evan Williams single barrel. And do encourage you to give it a try sometime. With that, I'll kick you on over to your malt musing, and I'll see you next time here on Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. Cheers, y'all.